we've got Boston and the Chicago Bulls. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports for myself, Kevin Harlan, and my broadcast partners, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Welcome, everyone. And so off the tip, it's Boston. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Nowitzki is out there with Brandon Wright. Then it's P.J. Tucker. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Shumpert in the 2 spot. Nowitzki, no good. Well, Jordan Hill has battled injuries, but when he's played, Clark, he's been pretty effective.
You know, Kevin, last season, around 20 minutes per game he played with the Lakers, and you could argue he should have been playing more. He was very productive in that time on the floor. He's more a banger than a spread four. He's not a great perimeter shooter. So the fit with their spread out system might have limited his playing time.
Back to Bledsoe. 6 to shoot. Here's Shumpert. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Shumpert's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Celtics.
They're not going to run that play very often, but hey, they'll take it. Way to notch that 3.
And he'll try to develop his outside shot to better fit into the Lakers' offense last year, but that's not his strength. Where he's best is his ability to use his size and athleticism on the boards and really defensively as well. The 2 points are pretty much a lock when they're able to get the ball into that position inside.
Nowitzki sets a screen for Bledsoe. Nowitzki outside. Right wing. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. And so here is Chicago. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Knight dishes to Beverly. Offensive rebound. For Boston, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Bledsoe kicks to Shumpert. Nowitzki against Hill. Fades back. That's good.
And Hill is one of the best rebounders in the league. He's a quality defender as well, and he can play some center. So if he can stay healthy, I think he's a guy that can really be a player to watch.
Knight with it. Now guarded by Shumpert. Here's Pekovic. No good.
Well, with only 1 attempt so far falling, this is not looking good. 1 for 4 so far.
Nowitzki, the pass to Bledsoe. Can't get it to go. Hill with some nice D. Bulls trail by 3. Beverly dishes to Knight. And Smith gets double teamed. And the Celtics with possession here. And it's Shumpert penetrating. And that one is hammered home. Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
Knight kicks to Smith. From the low block. Uses the glass to drop it in. Celtics leading by 3. Bledsoe outside. The Celtics working the ball around now. It's tipped. Clock at 6. Here's Nowitzki. Off target with the jump hook.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
And here is Knight. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Smith with it. Now guarded by Shumpert. Smith, no luck.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one. You know, it wasn't something the Celtics looked forward to when they had to head out on the road last year, but they were a motivated group in part because so many of their players were playing for contracts next season.
Bulls trail by 5. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Pekovic passes to Knight. Wright with the double team. Knight with it. Feeds it to Smith. Pekovic with the screen for Smith. Knight, that's a two-pointer. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Knight's got his first bucket in this one. Wright sets a screen for Bledsoe. Shumpert in the corner. Bledsoe dishes to Tucker. The feed to Shumpert. There's the three. And that's collected by Hill. Chicago trailing here. Now here's Beverly. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Kicks it to Knight. Pekovic with the screen on Shumpert. The score now all even.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a nice look.
Poor job by the defender to not fight over or around that screen.
Nowitzki kicks to Bledsoe. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Bulls have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Pass to Knight. Pekovic with the screen on Bledsoe. Knight for 3. That's good. Now it's a 3-point Chicago lead. Now here's Bledsoe. Defended by Beverly. The pass to Smith. It's Chicago with another bucket.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway, take the shot that's available.
Now here's Bledsoe. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And Wright kicks it to Tucker. Boston again missing. And here are the Bulls now. They're on a 14-6 run. Smith with a screen on Bledsoe. Knight in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Here's Pekovic. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Well, he's been working hard to get good looks, and it's paying off for him early.
They set the pick. Bledsoe passes to Wright. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. The Bulls leading by 5. Here's Beverly. High post Pekovic. Hill up top. Knight, that's a 2-pointer. And it falls over the rim and in. Knight's got 10 points in the game.
That's 4 of 5 to start this game, guys. He's rolling.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. changes for Chicago. Barnes, he's checked in for Hill. And it's Crawford in for Patrick Beverly. And a new group in for the Celtics. Celtics trail by 7. Here's Bledsoe. Misses in close.
Right from the start, they've been aggressive on the glass. Most of the rebounds seem to be going their way.
And Steve, I think they are ready for the fight today.
Now, here is Knight. He's got 10. Oh, and here comes Bledsoe all alone.
Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
Well, that's the best way to get that early offense, Clark. As soon as you come up with a steal, just sprint the other direction. Wes Johnson, the former number 4 pick back in 2010. He was a bust in Minnesota, but he shot better in his 4th season. And once he was moved to kind of a small 4, like the shooting power forward spot, he really found a niche for himself.
Now Knight, 12 points for him. Over in the corner, Barnes. No luck. And it's Boston the other way. And Wesley Johnson has always been impressive physically. Great size, terrific length for a wing, quick off the floor.
Yeah, he's got all of those ingredients, but his ball handling has been a bit mediocre, rather pedestrian, and I think that's held him back offensively.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official. Well, Jamal Crawford has proven that no matter what role he plays, just call him buckets. He can flat out put the ball in the basket. You got to give him a lot of credit, though. He does change his game quite a bit depending on if he's coming off the bench or starting. I think that speaks to his IQ.
Splitter dishes to Johnson. Three-pointer. .121 left here in the opening quarter. Knight with it. And it's Johnson picking him up. Shot clock at 6. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Bekovic trying to free himself up. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
And as you said with Jamal, a lot of players can't really make that change between being a starter or a sub, but he does it so smoothly in such short time. It really adds a lot of utility to this team.
Now Knight, after the missed 3 from Jamal Crawford. With the fadeaway. That's short off the rim.
You know, that's a problem he has. I mean, not being able to knock down that open jumper. I think it happens far too often.
Johnson, wide open, he fires. Here's Splitter, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Boy, I like the way he carved out just enough space to get his hands on the missed shot and then rattle the rim on the putback.
And the gap narrows.
They're closing it fast.
Well, that's the effort of a team ready to fight back into this game.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Now, I think he believes that if he takes some time here to kind of talk things over, it'll be well served for this club.
And, you know, maybe this gives him an opportunity to toy around with some of their game plan while he has their attention during this break in the action.
Peroantich, he's checked in for Chicago. Terry comes in for Knight. Celtics also with a sub. Jordan Crawford's checked in for Eric Bledsoe.
It has taken them no time to build this lead up on the strength of a great first quarter offensively.
And they need to continue to put pressure on the defense and try to really run away with this one from here.
So as we end the first quarter. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
And the defense has been key in building this lead. They've really clamped down hard.
They've done a nice job, Steve. I think challenging every shot, a hand up on every shot.
On the floor for Boston, we've got Splitter. Jordan Crawford out there with Vasquez. Then it's Johnson. The leaner inside. Smith's shot is good. Smith's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Bulls. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Outstanding job there to absorb the contact and guide it in.
That's how you impose your will against the defender. He came to play. You know that old saying, the more things change, the more things stay the same. That applies to Chicago. Once again, they were incredibly tough at home with their defense.
Here's Johnson. Finished off the break.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
It's Crawford with the drive. A wide open look here for Terry. Off target with his 3. And that tough defense by the Bulls here in Chicago, Steve, helped them to 27 wins in the United Center.
Well, a tough defense can stifle a lot of teams, and the Bulls have that for sure. That's been the strength of their club for a long time, and when you add that to this kind of home court advantage, it's a pretty tough combination to beat.
Now here's Terry, looking for his first basket still in this one. Shot from the top of the key, and the Bulls with another miss.
I'm not sure about that shot, guys. The defense really all over.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Gentlemen, it's interesting that Jamal Crawford has always embraced his 6th man role. He said, quote, "Nobody wants to come off the bench, but if you're really about winning and sacrifice, then you have to do it. When you bring one of your top scorers off the bench, it gives your team balance. I like that when I check in the game, the other players start getting nervous, and there's no doubting they do, guys."
He can get his shot anytime. Thank you, Doris. Here's Terry after the basket by Boston. Crawford with another miss. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Crawford leading the charge. And then Johnson with the jam.
You could see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Now here's Crawford. 6 on the shot clock. He dishes it to Antic. Offensive rebound. Smith kicks to Crawford. Smith with a screen on Crawford. Crawford with another miss.
And his mechanics are just all out of whack now. He just has no feel for his shot.
Well, his numbers certainly back that fact up. I mean, he has gone ice cold here.
Now here's Crawford. Vasquez kicks to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Boston. Crawford outside.
You got to love it. I mean, this kid battles just as hard on the inside as he does on the perimeter. Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul him, and free throws are better than a layup.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Boston.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And the other thing they're doing is forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's helping them to get easy points at the other end.
Chicago calls timeout.
Well, going into last season, the Celtics had made 6 straight playoff appearances, 2 trips to the finals, and 1 NBA championship. But there was no question last year was the beginning of a rebuild.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Jason Terry. And then for Boston, Shumpert comes in for Jordan Crawford. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Vasquez. Barnes can't get it to go.
And it's always tough for fans to swallow the word rebuild. especially when you trade away such beloved players as KG and Paul Pierce. But, you know, I think the Celtics took the prudent and sensible route. I mean, they got good return for their aging all-stars, and they put themselves in a good position going forward. And as much as you like to sometimes look back or stay in the present, GM's job, the organization's job, is to be preparing for the future.
Crawford passes to Ontic. Barnes dishes to Ontic. Now here's Barnes. He's guarded closely. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over here.
Well,
shaking his head.
You know what,
he's
Kevin?
disgusted.
Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
And as the Celtics go young, I guess, Steve, you could say greener than ever.
Oh, Kevin, I mean, come on, that's awful. But listen, they've acquired a ton of picks over the next 4 years, and who knows, with the Nets battling age and injury, some of those picks could turn out to be good ones. So I like what the front office has done in terms of the future.
And Kevin, I liked your line. I don't care I don't care what Steve said.
I really meant it for you than him. He just jumped in.
Yeah, I got you.
Bledsoe kicks to Splitter. Fires for three. Shumpert, no good.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things toward them. I mean, they've been winning that battle.
Crawford is screen on Bledsoe. There's a screen. He used that pick to perfection. Barnes has got 5.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Shumpert with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. Back to Shumpert. Fires the three. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got his 4th assist in this one. Crawford kicks to Barnes. Back to Crawford. Baseline jumper. Nice jump shot. Good. Crawford's got 4 points in the quarter. Now a timeout called by Boston. And as we get a break here, important for the teams to go over their own strategy, and for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Put out your best effort as the game wears on, guys.
You know, it's amazing when you're playing during a season, if you go through a stretch where you don't hydrate, it can have a major physical toll on you. Your body wears down quicker, you don't recover as fast, and that can really take its toll over the course of an 82-game season.
So for the Bulls, Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Pero Ontic. Terry comes in for Jamal Crawford. And Knight subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And Tucker kicks to Nowitzki. Bledsoe passes to Wright. And Bledsoe, here we go, nails the 16-footer. Bledsoe's got his 2nd bucket.
Well, the history of college coaches switching over to the NBA is pretty daunting, but Brad Stevens of the Celtics can't worry about those who came before him. He's just got to be himself. And he was well regarded in Boston. Despite the fact that they went through a rebuilding process last year, he did a really good job.
Outside jumper. And Tucker kicks to Bledsoe. For three, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. Bledsoe's got the game tied up here for the Celtics.
He didn't get off to much of a start early on, but he seems to have shaken off the rust here in the quarter.
Pekovic with the screen for Knight. He used that pick to get in close. 8 points for Nikola Pekovic.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Shumpert gets a wide open look. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Screen by Smith. And there's Terry. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Smith with a screen on Bledsoe. Barnes can't get it to go.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Here's Wright. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Smith with a screen on Bledsoe. Knight dishes to Smith. Passes to Barnes. From deep three-point range. Boston's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Shumpert with it. And Terry picks him up defensively. Nowitzki with the screen on Smith. Nowitzki, no good. Well, the Bulls shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. And stolen by Wright. And Shumpert kicks to Bledsoe. Misses from short range.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Bledsoe comes over to help. Knight passes to Terry. Smith sets the pick for Knight. Clock at 4. Corner shot. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Boston shooting very well. 56% from the floor here in the second quarter. Bledsoe kicks to Nowitzki. Shumpert against Terry. 6 to shoot. Here's Nowitzki. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Knight dishes to Terry. And that is good. And it's 8 points for Josh Smith.
Great looking bounce pass to set up that play.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Well, Kevin, Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau worked with Clippers coach Doc Rivers in Boston for many years, and they remain close friends, often sharing notes. Rivers said of Thibodeau, "He's the best mind I've ever been around. People keep expecting them to fall, but he holds them together. It's his system, but it's more just his way. He simply doesn't relent, Kevin."
He makes his players believe, Doris. That's something they both share in common. Thank you. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul. Boston trailing. Bledsoe outside. The dish to Tucker. He feeds it to Nowitzki. Looking to get back on track here. That's good. Nowitzki's got 7.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
Stolen by Bledsoe. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in